Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and it is 10 till 8. It is a late night. I just got in off the tractor. I worked until 6 and then spent 2 hours until dark out doing tractor work, and now I am making dinner. So I have made Lazy Man lasagna before or something similar to it, like my version. And tonight I'm going to do something with eggplant, kind of like a Lazy Man eggplant parmesan. I had a volunteer eggplant pop up in my garden. I did not plant this, and I'm not quite sure where it came from, but with chickens and manure and everything, it just popped up right by the gate. So it is starting to give us some decent eggplants. This is a little one that I had knocked off, but this is a decent sized one. It was dragging all the way down to the ground, and it looked like something might have started nibbling on it, so I went ahead and picked it because it was bending the whole plant over. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this, salt it, and let some of the moisture get out of it while I work on everything else. What you see here is my eggplant from the garden. This is some very liquidy tomato sauce that I canned, but I want it like this. This is just some small pasta. You could use any kind of pasta at all. This is just some small pieces of pasta, some homemade Italian seasoning. I have an onion. I have minced garlic. I could cut up garlic if I wanted to, but honestly, I just don't want to. I have mozzarella cheese. I also have block cheese if I wanted to do it like that. And I have some fresh basil I just went and picked from my front porch. And I'm going to also do a tomato, cucumber, basil, and feta side salad. So that's not, all of this basil is not going to go into my eggplant parm. So I'm going to go ahead first and cut this and lay it out on some paper towels so it can start draining, and then go ahead and chop up my onions and garlic and saute them in the pan, and get some oil hot so that I can cook up the eggplant. Now I'm going to get some eggs and breadcrumbs and flour and lightly dredge the eggplant in it, just so it kind of has a crispy coating on the outside before I build it. But I'll show you step by step how I get this done. When I say I'm doing this in a hurry, I am really doing this in a hurry. I actually forgot to take ground sausage out, or hamburger out, to defrost earlier today. I've just been way too busy. So I just pulled a few of these. We have a big bulk box of sausage patties, and these crumble up really well. I've made sausage gravy for like sausage gravy and biscuits with it. So I'm going to just defrost these real quick in the microwave and saute them up and crunch them up into crumbles, and I'm going to add that into my sauce. And that is going to be the meat in with the eggplant parmesan. I have my onions sauteing right now in olive oil. And once they're all nicely browned, I'll add in the garlic. And then over here, I have the eggplant. I've sprinkled both sides with salt, and I'm putting them on paper towels. I've flipped them already one time. You can see all the moisture that is leaking out of them. And I'm going to put another piece of paper towel on top to go ahead and absorb some more moisture. Okay, guys, I have just been talking to Jaden and cooking and not paying attention to what I was doing. I just finished cooking up all the eggplant. I've got one or two that are a little bit dark, so I'm going to have to pull them to the side. And I have my onions and garlic in a little bowl there. But I started to dump my tomato sauce into a hot pan and realized, oh, I have not added my sausage yet. So I went ahead and added my sausage in with the tomatoes. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this cooked up, and then I will scoop part of it out and then get the eggplant layer down in here. I get busy and I get talking and just not thinking, and ended up dumping it in. So, all right, I will show you what it looks like once I get it all cooked up. Okay, guys, I know this looks incredibly messy, but the tomato, sausage, Italian seasoning, and onions are on the bottom, and then there's a layer of the eggplant. And then I'm going to put a little bit more sauce and just sprinkle just a good handful of that pasta in, just to kind of thicken it up a little bit. There's not going to be much pasta in this at all, but just a little bit to soak up the extra liquidy juice. And I'm just going to keep layering till I get to the top. My very light layer of some pasta, and now I'm going to go ahead and add more meat and tomato sauce. Okay guys, that is what it looks like all layered up. Now I'm just going to put a nice layer of cheese on top and pop it in the oven. Okay guys, I put mozzarella, Parmesan, and Romano along with some fresh basil, and now I'm going to pop it in the oven and clean up this mess because Jaden had the kitchen clean and he is going to be very unhappy if he walks in here and sees a disaster. He always walks in and he says, "Mom, why do you have to use so many dishes?" And yeah, I have a mess to clean up. Okay guys, dinner is in the oven. It is 9 o'clock. Chris is still not in yet. He is having a late night. I'm making a salad to go with our dinner. This is just spinach, tomatoes, cucumbers, feta, and fresh basil. And then I drizzled it with a little bit of olive oil and some balsamic vinegar and salt. And then once I mix it all up, and if I said feta, I don't remember if I said feta. There's feta too. I'm gonna mix it all up, and once it's on the plate, then I will drizzle it with a little bit of this balsamic glaze. It is absolutely delicious, and that is what we are gonna have for dinner. So I'm gonna check the oven. I have it in my little convection toaster oven once I get this tossed together and in the fridge, and it should be just about ready to come out. Okay guys, it is 10 after 9. This was definitely not a quick night. I kept having to stop and go do other things, but this is out of the oven. It looks good, it smells good. I know it is gonna be delicious. Chris still is not in, but I think I'm going to wait and eat with him, but I'm gonna go ahead and dish up a plate for Jaden. I know he is going to go to bed relatively early tonight because he has to get up super early for college classes in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into this and give him dinner, and then I'm just going to wait until Chris comes in and have dinner with him. Okay guys, this is what dinner looks like. I went ahead and just did a little drizzle of the balsamic glaze, and there is the eggplant parm. Jaden saw me cutting up the eggplant. Actually, they'd already were cut up and laid out on paper, and I was dipping them and frying them, and he said, "Mom, what is that? That's a vegetable, isn't it?" And I was like, "No, we're having Parmesan. We're having sausage Parmesan for dinner." And he's picking them up and he's smelling them. "Is this a potato? Is this?" He's naming all these vegetables. He doesn't have a clue what is in it. He just is sure that it's a vegetable in it, but he's eating it. So I think that's a win right there. So this turned out really, really well. I probably would have drained a little bit of the juice off my tomatoes or added some more pasta. I didn't want it to be too thick, so I made it a little bit too liquidy, but I would just probably drain a little bit of the tomato sauce next time. So, all right, it is 9:30. Chris is still running late. I'm gonna go ahead and have dinner. Hope you guys enjoyed, having a wonderful evening. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're interested, subscribe to see more videos like this.